Well, friends, today was going to be the day. Donald Trump told us that he would be testifying in his New York fraud trial. Both Trump and his lawyer promised that he was going to take the stand. He was going to tell everybody about the big, beautiful business he'd built, the Trump Organization. Nobody has ever seen anything like it before. He was going to prove to everyone that his accounting was perfect. His valuations were very powerful. He was going to take the stand, and he was going to rock the mic. And then Donald Trump punked out. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, Monday was supposed to be the big day. Donald Trump and his lawyers had been promising incessantly that Donald Trump was going to take the witness stand. Donald Trump was going to testify in his own defense at his New York fraud trial. I mean, let's have a look at what Trump lawyer Alina Habba was saying just a couple of days ago. Headline: Trump lawyer says he will take stand in fraud trial regardless of gag order. And that article begins, former President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, claimed Friday that her client will take the stand in his civil fraud trial despite the judge's gag order. This from the attorney, quote, I will say, and I still say, that having any client get on the stand with a gag order as limited or large as this is a First Amendment violation, Habba argued in an interview with Fox News' Martha McCallum, and you should not respect the court and give them the opportunity to hear you, but he is going to take the stand regardless, and he will navigate it, she said. I would never discourage the former president from testifying because, quite honestly, our plan up until now was to have him testify. He always wanted to testify, and he should testify, Habba said. When he has nothing to hide, it's the best thing you could do is put this great witness on. Here are a few other things attorney Alina Habba said. He will take that stand on Monday, because he's not afraid. People that are afraid cower. President Trump doesn't cower. We will be back on Monday. He will take that stand on Monday. It's Monday. Donald Trump is nowhere to be found. Off cowering somewhere? Yeah. Donald Trump punked out. Here's the new reporting. In a reversal, Donald Trump says he won't testify in his own defense in New York fraud trial. And that NBC article begins, in an 11th hour reversal, former President Donald Trump announced Sunday he will not go back on the witness stand in the $250 million civil fraud trial against him and his company. Quote, I have already testified to everything and have nothing more to say, other than this is a complete and total election interference Biden campaign witch hunt, so I will not be testifying on Monday, Trump said in an all-caps two-part post on his social media platform. Resumption of the trial had been scheduled for Monday, but the Office of Court Administration, the administrative arm of the New York State Unified Court System, said late Sunday that it would instead resume the trial on Tuesday. Trump had been scheduled to testify as one of the final defense witnesses in a trial that has lasted 2 months and is entering its final week of testimony. Trump had been expected to tout his company's success and push back on New York Attorney General Letitia James' claims that he vastly overvalued his properties and his net worth in financial statements that he used to get favorable loans from banks that he otherwise would not have been entitled to. So friends, I'm not sure that you've ever heard me say this before, but that was a smart decision by Donald Trump, the decision not to testify. Why? Well, for one, he would have been crushed on cross-examination. Let me give you just one example of an area that is ripe for cross-examination of Donald Trump. New York Attorney General Letitia James said former President Donald Trump's expensive expert witnesses are helping her civil case. Over the past few days, we continue to hear testimony from the defendant's many expert witnesses, Attorney General James said in a video message. She said that one of the experts admitted that the valuations of some of the properties on Donald Trump's statement of financial condition were neither proper nor reasonable. So, how is that great cross-examination fodder? Some of Donald Trump's own witnesses, the witnesses that his lawyers put on the stand in his defense. And mind you, some of these expert witnesses were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. One witness got nearly $900,000 in expert witness fees to come in and provide testimony that was helpful to Donald Trump. In fact, we learned that the Save America PAC was actually one source of the money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars were paid to an expert witness by the Save America PAC. Seems like maybe it's time to change the name to the Save Trump PAC. But here's the thing, friends. Donald Trump could be cross-examined on, now, wait a minute, Mr. Trump. You put witness X on the stand. You're expert. You paid $900,000 to retain that expert to come in here and provide testimony that was helpful to your case. And that expert witness that you chose, that you hired, that you paid, admitted that the valuations of some of the properties on your statement of financial condition were neither proper nor reasonable. Mr. Trump, do you agree with your own expert that some of the valuations on your statement of financial condition were neither proper nor reasonable? How is Donald Trump going to answer that question? Either, yes, I agree with the expert that I hired to the tune of $900,000 that the valuations on my statement of financial conditions were neither proper nor reasonable. Well, that is incriminating. That undercuts Donald Trump's defense. Or does he say, my expert witness that I paid nearly a cool $1 doesn't know what he's talking about. He's wrong. All of the valuations were perfect and very powerful. Well, then he has undercut the credibility of his own expert witness. That's one of 1,000 areas of cross-examination for Donald Trump. It's no surprise he punked out. Some might say he wised up. Here's the other reason he was wise not to take the stand. Think about this. His organization, the Trump Organization, was indicted, was tried, and was convicted for perpetrating a 15-year-long criminal scheme to defraud in the first degree. His chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, was convicted pursuant to his own guilty plea of also participating in a 15-year-long criminal scheme to defraud in the first degree. I'll tell you, I would have grilled Donald Trump all day long on cross-examination about his valuations, his statements of financial condition, the way he assessed the value of his properties to secure these advantageous loans. And then I would say, now let's compare that to some of what we learned during the criminal trial of your organization that bears your name, Trump Organization, right? Named after you, and how the evidence led a jury to convict your organization, and how your chief financial officer pleaded guilty to participating in a 15-year-long criminal scheme to defraud in the first degree under the laws of New York. Every word out of Donald Trump's mouth on that witness stand, on both direct examination and cross-examination, could be and would be packaged up and delivered to Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg to use in what is probably an ongoing criminal investigation into Donald Trump for that same 15-year-long criminal scheme to defraud in the first degree. And now we will wait for the trial to conclude. Judge Engoron, the presiding judge, set closing arguments in the case for January 11th, I believe. And not long after that, we will have the judge's decision. Remember, the judge has already found Trump and his adult sons liable for having committed business fraud. And now the question is, how much will they have to pay back? How much will they have to disgorge? And should they be prohibited from doing business in New York moving forward? I contend, based on the evidence we've seen, they should be. Because, justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.